In this video, I'll be taking you through all the TV settings to change for watching sports, whether it's for a big game or you're just looking for some helpful tips and tricks to make the most out of watching live sports on your TV. For the sake of this video, I'm demoing all the settings to change on the Samsung S90 OLED TV, a TV I actually gave Editor's Choice Award. That's to say, some of the things I'll talk about are picture settings for Samsung smart TVs, but in general, every major TV brand has some version of these same settings, even if they're branded a bit differently. So not only will I link a great deal for this TV in the description, but I'll also include some links to some brand-specific settings guides. Now is a great time to make sure you're subscribed to this channel so you never miss a new video from me and the team. Better yet, drop a comment if this is your first time here. Back to TV settings for watching sports. The first setting I recommend changing right away is switching the TV to daylight cinema, or if your TV doesn't have that, then simply cinema mode. I know it's tempting to enable the sports picture mode, but believe it or not, it isn't the best one to use when watching football, or well, any sport for that matter. For almost any TV we've ever tested in the lab, cinema mode is the most accurate picture setting. It gives the most accurate colors, which means no toxic waste-looking neon grass or oversaturated jersey colors. You might notice a yellowish hue that wasn't there before. Don't worry. We're going to fix that next. Maybe you've noticed that movies tend to look better with a warm sepia tone. Your TV's cinema or movie mode will usually add in an extra tinge of sepia to really make the effect pop. But it doesn't have the same effect on sports. I mean, you don't want to feel like you're watching through a cooler of yellow Gatorade. To fix this, all you have to do is change the white balance of the TV, usually found in the advanced settings, back to either neutral or cool. Cool shifts the colors to more of a bluish hue, which can make jerseys look extra crisp, while neutral is more of a natural balance in between. I suggest playing around with both to see which one looks better to your eyes specifically. I can't believe I'm telling you this, but in the instance of watching sports, some motion smoothing isn't all that bad. The key word here is some. What you're going to do is go into the advanced motion settings on any Samsung, LG, or Google TV and change the motion smoothing settings to custom. Make sure to reduce judder to the lowest setting no matter what. Judder attempts to stabilize the fast-moving action, and that sounds like a good thing, but in practice, it makes people look plasticky. I always turn it off. But then set blur reduction up to its highest setting. Blur reduction reduces ghosting that can occasionally pop up when the ball is moving through the air. Although some sports are transitioning to 4K broadcasts, most you'll find you'll be watching in an upscaled 1080p resolution. That means you might want to go into the settings of the TV to boost the sharpness. Sharpness essentially helps define the edges of objects, and though it's never going to look as good as having a higher resolution, it can help a bit during sports. With that, play around with brightness. My main piece of advice is not to go overboard with brightness, but tapping up the brightness makes small details easier to see. 65 or 70% of the maximum brightness should be a happy medium. I can't talk about the best TV settings for watching sports without talking about sound. I know you might be tempted to use the TV's dynamic sound setting to recreate the sound of the stadium in your living room. But if you're stuck using your TV's built-in speakers, then it's going to be very hard to hear what the announcers are saying, especially if you're watching the game with a bunch of people in the room. Make things easier by turning on the amplify setting or change the sound mode to dialogue. Some TVs have further settings to make voices sound clearer, but any of these should make the announcers easier to hear and the game easier to follow. These are just some of the ways I recommend improving your picture and sound settings for watching live sports on your smart TV. I suggest you play around with the settings to find what works best for you. But hopefully I've given you some help on where to start. Let me know in the comments section if there's any settings I missed, and again, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you know when the next episode of Setup Essentials goes live. My name is Ryan Epps. This has been Tom's Guide. Thanks so much. Take care. Oh.
Kind of demo it.
Smell you. I smell you.
Great, thanks. Thanks for smelling me.